Greetings, everyone. This is Harris Stevens, Kelsey Judd, and I'm Jillian Bresin. Join us as we uncover the unintended consequences of a law meant for transparency and consumer control. For our project, we designed and implemented an experiment to test whether the CCPA makes our own private data more secure or more vulnerable. The CCPA is a law which gives California residents the right to retrieve or delete their data that companies have tied to them. For our experiment, we compiled a list of over 100 companies across varying industries. Many companies have streamlined methods in place for users to request their data. Our outreach was primarily through email. Although the law only applies to California residents, we were still able to request our data even though we live in New York. For verification, we supplied our name, email address, and phone number. This information is pretty easy to get through a Google search or by browsing social media sites like LinkedIn or Facebook. So what were our findings? I'm going to pass you over to Harris so he can reveal some of the details.
Thanks, Jillian. So 39 companies responded within our 3-day data collection period. We were able to obtain sensitive information from multiple companies, but I'm going to highlight one example. For this company, after I sent the initial email requesting my data, the company responded and asked that I supply the version number of the app on my device. I replied and asked the company for instructions on how to determine the app version number. The company responded with instructions on how to find the version number within my app, and also offered to let me submit the operating system and manufacturer of my device instead. Since most users rely on automatic updates, a malicious actor could easily have supplied the latest version of an app, which is publicly available in the App Store. I replied to the company with my app's version number, which happened to be the latest version released. The company promptly responded with a zip file of all my data. The zip file included some alarming information, such as photos, including metadata, the user's precise location by date and time, histories of interactions with other users, including some chat messages, transaction history, the user's IP address, and the user's age, username, ethnicity, relationship status and orientation, as well as some protected health information. Even if the target's app version number had not matched the version number found in the App Store, the company offered alternative verification means. A malicious actor could have used passive reconnaissance to determine their target's device type. This information is also guessable. Now, this is obviously bad, but I'm going to pass it over to my colleague Kelsey to further explain the severity of the situation.
Thank you, Harris. This is a serious issue. Why? Users' sensitive data can easily get into the hands of a motivated actor. This person could use a user's age for a targeted phishing campaign, or worse scenario, threaten to divulge protected private health information publicly. Imagine how quickly this could damage a company's reputation if the CEO was a target. In conclusion, while the law is well intended, it's clear that companies could benefit from more specific guidelines on how to verify the identity of a data requester. A few tips. For companies, compliance does not ensure security, but where the CCPA has been vague, companies ought to be specific. For example, in addition to making data accessible per the requirements of the law, companies should also create strict verification policies to ensure that data can only be collected by its rightful owner. As for individuals, proactively consider the massive amount of sensitive information that a company may hold on you. In cases where this data relationship is no longer necessary, it might be in your interest to exercise your right to submit a data removal request. For example, if you're no longer using a dating service, is it necessary that the provider still hold on to your data? No. A preliminary and cursory study will continue. You can find our white paper, which details our findings, at bit.ly CCPA Privacy Practices. We hope to present a version of our updated report at a conference in the near future. Thank you for listening.